Hey guys, John G, Modern Design Aquascaping. Our team builds custom ponds, fountains, and waterfalls out of natural stone and wood. My goal to educate and inspire the entire planet about ponds and water features. Today's video is a water feature showcase video. It's an awesome pond project. I got my buddy Aaron Chico from Blue Lotus Waterscapes to come in from Miami last week. A couple of guys from Team Modern Design joined me. We hopped out to town in multitasks. We did a bunch of pond cleanouts in one direction, and we built a very cool pond in another direction. You're gonna get to witness this pond construction, and you're also gonna get to hear from the wonderful lady that we got to build it for. So you guys stay tuned, and I appreciate you hanging out with us here at Modern Design.
So we're about 30 seconds into digging, and my favorite part about all this is every time you start digging, you're bound to find the one thing that is in the backyard. And by golly, we found it. Right off the bat, we hit the electrical line. It is a beautiful thing. We knew exactly that there was going to be something detrimental to this project shortly after starting the excavation, but we found it, so time to get to work.
I just remember a conversation about a power line running in right along the edge of the porch right here. And that is the electricity. What'd they do, run it from the neighbor's house, you think? No, they tied it to the neighbor's house. We can put a fitting on both sides, and then that'll just run in one side of the pond and out the other, like fiber optic, kind of, sort of like through the Tennessee River effect. Kidding. Well, we're probably gonna have to dig that line the rest of the way up, and because that's like where your skimmer goes.
I said, well, I'm gonna have a koi pond built. And she said, well, do you know about John Adams? You have to get John Adams. And I was like, well, what's so great about John Adams? She pulled out her phone and she showed me a pond that you had done. And I was bowled over. And she said, you know, this is, if you're gonna have this done, this is the guy to do it. And he does beautiful work. And so I hounded you until you agreed to do it.
So this is our biological filter. If you don't know what a 6,000 BioFalls is, it's what's purifying our water. That would be this guy. And all of the stuff accumulates in it. As we put this thing together, it's like layered filter pads. The holes get smaller and smaller and smaller. And then there's all this biomedia on top. As the water flows up through it, it filters our water. Biological filter. Unplug the pump, turn the ball valve, jump in here, drop a little pump in, you spray water through here. You do this every month or two during the summertime, and it literally pushes all of the solids that haven't decomposed down into the bottom of the BioFalls, and they just gently flush away, and your water is so much more beautiful and pristine.
To me, it was just really overbuilt. Everything was overdone. Just very precise. The rock work, watching you, I took a lot of video of you guys building it, and you loaded a big boulder up on a strap, put it on the excavator, brought it over, no talking, just looking at Hunter going, bring me the rock, down, down. And then turning the rock, looking, take it up, don't like it, You could have dropped that rock there and nobody would have known the better, but it didn't please you. Just watching you, it wasn't work, it was art. This was something that, this means something to you from an artistic standpoint.
I poked a hole in the very bottom of our pond. I don't know if you can see it. That's just a little tiny hole right there. Huh. But enough to leak out the whole pond.
Right. I have no idea who that could have been.
What stands out to me, the teamwork. I was really moved by that. It's a lot of backbreaking work, but watching you, the teamwork was, it was really beautiful to watch, and the camaraderie.
I'm coming about. Out and about. Yeah. Ready? Be careful, that thing don't just come for you. This is how we build a fish cave. We try to put it so that the waterfall comes out over it, because then it's not capturing floating debris into it. So the water will wash out over the fish cave. So if I'm a fish right here inside this cave, this is gonna get a big piece of flat rock over top of it. The fish can come in. So we stack the rocks. We put a nice framer on the outside of a boulder. We build these stone stackers around the outside edge. We dry fit a big piece of flagstone in here first, and it's just sort of a flat cropping that's gonna come out like this, and then we'll build up off the back of that and disguise it. The goal is to make this thing disappear. The water from the waterfalls will come in over the top. In the wintertime, the fish just chill out. They go down into the bottom of the pond and they just lay dormant for the entire winter. You want somewhere for them to go, because the predators will just come in and they'll just pick them off. Like, they have no defense and they need a spot to hide. So building a quality cave that isn't an eyesore gives them somewhere to go when they need to feel safe. You know, I mean, sometimes we all just need our space. And that's what this is all about, guys. It's about caring about your fish, and I want you to know how important that is to me and how important it should be to you.
Always knew when I retired I wanted a really nice koi pond. I just can't express how much joy they give me just watching them, feeding them. I love feeding them. I love spoiling them. They eat out of my hand. Just love, I just love them. I know they're just little, they're like little scaly dogs to me.
We got our Lotus here. We planted the tuber. First we put our fertilizer, then we put our soil in it, which was clay and dirt and sand mixture. We exposed all the growing tips that were on it. So it's important when you're planting your Lotus that you don't break any of the stems, because the water can get inside and rot out your Lotus tuber. We're gonna button this up and get some water in this pond.
fingers crossed too, because we haven't test run it yet. You've been here the whole time.
Oh,
You've been here the whole time, so there's no test run. It could just leak with this back.
This is awesome. This is so far beyond my expectations. Honest to God, John, this is a work of art. I'm really seriously proud to have this. If it were in my living room, I couldn't have been more proud to own a piece of artwork. There it is.
Can't do any better. You can't do any better. I've been in this area. I've interacted with several pond builders and had a lot of experiences, and this is different. It's just different, and I feel like I just have a good feeling like instantly John knows what he's doing. I'm in good hands, you know, so. And now I have this in my backyard forever, so I am proud of it. I do want to show it off to YouTube. And I hope you guys, if anybody has any questions and wants to reach out to me personally or whatever, but he's the real deal. He's the real deal. Put the comments down below, I'll answer them, honestly. But I have absolutely been amazed at this process. It's truly been a blessing and something that I'll never forget. 4.5 days of joy, really, watching it.
You're a rock star. That's awesome. You're awesome. Yay! I'm getting a hug while you're Thanks. This is the gal.
This is the guy.